man in Columbus, Ohio.
Good evening. At least since the United States entered the Vietnamese War, one of the principal advantages for the Allies has been mobility provided by helicopter airlift. The North Vietnamese, in contrast, have been slogging southward on foot. But today there is evidence the communists are beginning to catch up. CBS News has learned that Soviet-built helicopters are being used to transport North Vietnamese troops to staging points on the Cambodian frontier. Richard Threlkeld of our Saigon Bureau said that Allied forces employing nighttime electronic devices have spotted the copters on 3 occasions in the past few months. So far, they have not violated South Vietnamese airspace, and their role has been limited to transport and supply missions. But, as Threlkeld notes, the use of helicopters represents the most ambitious communist effort yet to compete with the modern military equipment available to the Allies. Those communist-based troops in Cambodia are keeping up the pressure on the Special Forces camp at Prang just across the border. The siege has been on 5 weeks now, and the North Vietnamese shelled the camp again today. 2 American defenders were killed. A U.S. spokesman in Saigon says the communists have lost 1,300 men in that siege, mostly as a result of air and artillery strikes. We have a report from Tony Sargent on the scene.
New intelligence reports indicate the enemy will try to destroy Prang before Christmas. Continued shellings like this one that wiped out one of the main storage areas are aimed at softening the camp's fortifications and the will of its defenders to resist. Nearly all of Prang's bunkers have taken at least 1 hit during the campaign. Unofficially, Green Beret defenders admit the enemy is making gains simply by weakening the structures here. They can't withstand the hits the way they used to. Not everyone at Prang can stay underground all the time. Emergency repairs have to be made. The wounded have to be evacuated. Men who carry stretchers out to helicopters risk being carried out themselves because each helicopter arrival can trigger a new round of enemy shelling. If intelligence reports are accurate, the enemy seems willing to cooperate in making this base a test of how well Vietnamization is going so far. What happens on this hilltop will provide a lot of guidance for the high command on both sides about how the war may go next year. South Vietnamese and Cambodian mercenary troops salvage every scrap of usable material. They reinforce small bunkers where they live with their wives and children on whose faces the siege of Prang is written in a telling way. There are no smiles here, no laughter. For several weeks, this child and his parents have lived amid the continual jarring of enemy artillery, rocket, or mortar fire from nearby Cambodia, or from the surrounding forests of South Vietnam.
All of us on the team, our hats are off to the little people, our CIDG. They're fine, beautiful soldier. He's stuck with us. He's still sticking with us. He's down there in his trenches with us. He's guarding us all night long. His family's living right there with him. They know what we're going through, and they're hanging in there with us.
Well, does he have any choice?
Yeah, he has a choice. He can just quit and become a villager or a farmer or something, but I guess in his own way, maybe not freedom as we know it in the United States, but he has his concept of freedom, and that's what he's fighting for, because he knows the NVA and the Viet Cong won't provide him with a free government. He's a Montagnard, a Highland man, and basically they're very democratic. And this is what he wants. He wants to be able to farm his own rice fields, to have his kids grow up with somewhat of an education. Before this all started down here, we had a school down in the village where all the kids used to go to, and we had 60 students and 2 teachers. It was a headache at times getting all the supplies for it, but it was worth it. But now, of course, school's out till the incoming stops for a while.
What are the chances of seeing that kind of situation again around here?
I think it's good. I think once we break the enemy's back, we're going to get back to normal or semi-normal status around here. It'll still stay tactically warm for a while, I'm sure. But we'll have school again. We'll have horseplay on the runway again, water fights in the compound, stuff like this. It'll take a while, though.
About all Prang can do is keep its head down. At any moment, the next mortar round might land. Each night may bring a new attack. Tony Sargent, CBS News, Bu Prang.
For the third time in less than 4 months, Viet Cong guerrillas managed to attack the heavily